Hi guys, welcome back to Her Tears Were My Light. It's Midnight Angel, and as we discovered before, there's something with this character NIL, and for some reason she has a vendetta against time in which she basically morphed into, she forced space to morph into herself, and in this episode we are going to uncover why that is. So, without further ado, let's see what's going on because I really want to know what's happening. It's just kind of weird that time doesn't remember anything, and yet it seems like Neil has known time for a long time and is trying to get her to remember something. So we'll see what happens. As always, I will read this for you guys so you can follow along. Darkness, darkness and nothing in all directions. But I knew someone was out there. I just had to find her again. So I started looking. I wanted to find space. And as I retraced my steps, I spotted her light in the distance. There was space, sitting on a bed of her stars, just like I remembered. Oh, someone's here. What should I say to her? Now, in the previous one, I said, "Are you crying?" But I'm gonna try "You're alive" this time and see what happens. I thought something terrible happened, but you're right here. I'm glad you're still okay. Huh? She looked at me like she'd never seen me before. Because of course, she hadn't seen me before. This space was new. How could I have expected her to remember what happened? In my excitement to see her alive and well, I'd forgot that rule. I decided to try recreating the first memory. Never mind. Excuse me, but have you been crying? I felt so lonely. I just can't seem to stop. But now someone's here. I didn't think someone would come, but you're here. Wow, I'm so happy. If you're happy, then stop crying. Honestly, Space. Huh? How did you know my name? Honestly, if some random person came up and said my name and I didn't know them, I'd be a little confused too, so I can understand how Space feels at this moment. Of course, I know her name, even though you didn't tell me it to me the first time either. This isn't fair. I didn't even get to introduce myself. And now I have to ask for your name. It's time. Time, time. Time, 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 time. What are you doing? Saying it 8 times will help me remember. 8 on its side is infinity. That's how I'll never forget. Except it's impossible for you to remember when I go back to before I told you. So time, where did you come from? This time, let's go with the future, because that's technically where we came from. Would you believe me if I told you I came from the future? When I thought I was all alone, you proved me wrong, so I'll believe whatever you say. Besides, there's this feeling in my chest that you are definitely someone I can trust. I'm glad. Well, it's true. I did come from the future. We've already met before, and you wanted to search this void to see if we could find anyone or anything else. That does sound like something I'd want to do. Did we find anyone? Someone found us, but it's hard to explain what happened. I don't want to scare her. We didn't find anyone. That's why I think we should stay together. Oh, it would be sad if there was anyone out there and they were feeling as lonely as I was. I lied to her. She said she'd believe whatever I say, and I took advantage of that trust, but I didn't know how to tell her what happened. I wanted to avoid the ending I saw before. If this path didn't lead to something better, I could always make a save point. Hey, Time, if you're from the future, why did you come here? Well, I'd be able to talk to you again. Then, in the future, we're not able to talk anymore? Oh no. Uh-oh. I'll reassure her so she doesn't start crying again. Sorry, I'm kind of vibing to the music. It's really cute. Yes, we were separated, but I'm going to change it so that doesn't happen. That's a relief. I should figure out a backup plan too so that you're not the only one working hard at this. Hey, how did you find me in the first place? That's easy. I already knew where you'd be, waiting for me. But I'm talking about the very first meeting, before you knew where I was. What about then? But I just followed your stars and here you were. Oh, that means, hey, if we ever get separated, I can just cry. That way you'll always be able to find me. Sure, but I don't know if I like the thought of making you cry. I won't have to as long as you're here with me. I'm kind of afraid to go back to being alone. I don't want to be alone either. Hehe, I'm glad you feel the same, Time. Would it be alright to just stay here together just for a little while? If you want to, then I don't mind. I held her hand so that Nil wouldn't be able to sneak up on us. Our fingers interlaced so easily it was as if they belonged together like this, but that was impossible. That feeling, even if it didn't make any sense, only made me hold tighter. As long as I held on to space, Nil wouldn't be able to take her away. We could lay here and admire the stars together and never do anything else. I'd be satisfied just like this. Time, can I ask you something? What is it? What happened before? What was it that made you come back in order to change? I already told you we got separated. I know, but I definitely would have been crying if that happened. Couldn't you have followed my stars? I couldn't. You weren't able to make them anymore. That's kind of morbid, saying that you wouldn't be able to make them anymore as if she died, but I guess technically in a way she did. So that's terrible. Yeah, it was. I'm glad you came back. If we couldn't find each other, I'd want to change that too. We lay there in silence for a while. I had the feeling space could sense I was waiting for something. She didn't ask what. As long as I held on to her, she had nothing to worry about. Nil, surely she was watching us from somewhere the light from space's stars didn't reach. I wanted to be ready. I wanted to be able to stop her when she appeared. But we fell asleep. No! No! I let it happen again. I've lost space again. Time, don't go back anymore. Why are you doing this? She doesn't respond. She's just going to trap me here again, isn't she? Stay. guys so much for watching. We're gonna leave this here. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see why NIL is doing this, but we at least got to uncover a little bit more about space and time. And honestly, it's so adorable. I honestly love it so much. But yeah, let's hope we can figure out what's going on. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, and if you want to, follow any of my platforms. I will try to respond as much as I can. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a pleasure.